We have a few days left, Carolyn, of May. I know it's hard to believe, but June is almost here. And right now you can still see some dense cloud cover from Monroe, Dallas as we're kicking off this evening, but it is substantially better than where we were earlier this morning, where we were this weekend, of course. There really truly is no comparison to that kind of forecast. Now, as we go through the overnight hours, we are eventually going to see clouds kind of build back in across the area. That will result in a little bit of patchy fog for tomorrow morning. But before we get to that, we are still tracking a few areas of some light rain up toward the mountains and foothills. That's kind of the last little bit of moisture wrapping around this area of low pressure. Now you see all this widespread green over here. Notice all of that? That's actually what's called ground clutter. It's from a temperature inversion. That's essentially as the atmosphere warms with height instead of cools with height. So that's not rain, but these little sprinkles that we have up in the mountains is rain. So there is a little bit of that lingering as you're heading out the door this evening, maybe in parts of Ashe, Watauga, and Avery counties, most of that north of I-40. Now we are going to also see some patchy fog overnight as those low clouds do return. Now fog is just low cloud cover that oftentimes starts to settle closer to the ground when we have a clearing sky, a wet ground, and lighter winds. Now you need all three for dense fog. Tomorrow morning we're only going to at least have two, as the clouds of course will still be lingering, but it is going to be a notable change from what we've had the past two mornings because we've really been more concerned with drizzle and mist. Tomorrow morning, again, it is that fog. I will remind everyone that many have been off since last week. They may be itching to get to work a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit slower, doesn't matter. More people on the roads, so you may want to give yourself a little extra time to get out the door tomorrow morning. Now here's of course all of that cloud cover. A little bit of, again, that patchy drizzle is possible, but mainly it's going to be the fog we're noticing. A few peaks of sunshine in the afternoon could allow for enough instability for an isolated thunderstorm. You'll notice this mainly after about 3 o'clock for most of the Charlotte metro area, and that's pretty much out of here by 7. I don't think it's a widespread risk, but I think it could bring, again, a few rumbles of thunder, which we didn't really see over the past 3 days, as well as some pockets of heavier rain. The rain this weekend was more so consistent. So as we go hour by hour, again throughout the morning, we'll have some low and rain chances, and then you'll see that better opportunity for a scattered shower or storm, mainly after 3 o'clock, but still a nice afternoon. We'll see some sunshine peeking through, upper 70s. Just make sure you're keeping a close eye on radar if you do have outdoor plans. One thing that I think folks will notice as we head through this upcoming week is that it is a little bit more on the humid side. That is until we start to get some slightly drier air trying to move through the area, getting closer to Thursday and Friday. So your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, I will tell you, looks substantially better than where we were last weekend. Notice upper 70s tomorrow and Wednesday, eventually back in the 80s Thursday, Friday, and beyond into the weekend. Now, as I extend this into the 10-day forecast, I just do want to remind everybody that we are getting closer to June, which means closer to the official start of summer. And so you are going to be hard-pressed to find a completely dry day with the increased humidity and sunshine, oftentimes allowing for a boom, that pop-up little shower or storm. However, this week looks a lot better than last week, so hey, we'll take it. Temperatures, of course, returning to the low to mid-80s much of this week, into the weekend, and even into next week, too.
Sounds good, Brittany. Thanks.